To define kindness, man, kindness is giving back to the community. To define kindness, man, kindness is giving back to the community. Man, kindness is giving.
Kindness.
To define kindness, man, kindness is giving back to the community. To define kindness, man, kindness is giving back to the community. And that's what's in my heart.
Kindness is telling the truth.
Kindness.
And that's what's in my heart. And that's what's in my heart. And that's what's in my heart. And that's what's in my heart.
And make you live a rewarding life. And make you live a rewarding life. And make you live a rewarding life. And make you live a rewarding life.
When I was a kid, I was really sad about moving around since me and my family moved around a lot. And we never really had
a lot of the conflicts and like issues that my siblings and I would have, but there were better ways to deal with them. Really thinking about how my parents responded to them and how helpful if my parents had the resources and the dialogue and the guidance to like have these conversations with us and like teach us lessons as like younger children about respecting each other's like items instead of like being yelled at, you know, con la chancla. That reminds me of like the first time I felt sadness, right?
My earliest moment of sadness is when I was about 4 and my brother died. And we all our birthdays are
I realized that for kids, they really, really strongly need some kind of stability in their life to have any sort of expectations of what they want in the future.
happiest moment of joy was first time going to the amusement park because my brothers teased me.
I guess the first time I felt joy was actually because I'm the oldest of my 5 siblings, and I think it was when I learned that I was gonna have a sister.
I think my first memory of joy was when I turned 7, and I had a birthday party where I had a clown and a lot of balloons, and it was in my aunt's deck, and all my family was there, and I remember just being really happy.
What children need is an adult who supports them and loves them.
Right.
Happened to me is not my fault. However, it is my responsibility to heal for myself and others.
Es un círculo que estamos mal acostumbrados, como quien dice, porque puede ser algo más, tipo de diversión. Estoy limpiando mi casa, estoy en la yarda, lavando ropa, todo el día estoy haciendo algo en la casa para no estar sentada nada más.
La oportunidad no hacemos salir a pasear y conocer lugares diferentes. A mí lo único que me para es que esté lloviendo, que no venga a vender aquí, es que esté lloviendo, nevando, no, y nevando, porque aún así en el invierno vengo a vender.
No tenemos tiempo para nosotros. Esa pregunta y la verdad no sabía contestarte porque siempre he estado trabajando. Nosotros no estamos acostumbrados a estar en la casa o si tú me dices vamos al parque, yo no sabría qué hacer en el parque. Si me dices vamos al cine, yo te diría, no lo sé, espérame. Estoy ocupada y el tiempo libre para mí es como, no sabría decirte, no sabría explicarte.
Que no se trabaja, pues son contadas las veces, porque te digo, muchas veces uno no se toma el tiempo para tomar un día libre.
Irme al lago, en la bicicleta con mis niños, a disfrutar el viento.
Estando en casa, pues agarramos el hobby de estar en la yarda, regando y plantando. Ese es nuestro hobby ahorita de todos. Quería estar más o menos más en la escuela porque por no querer estar en la casa por lo mismo. Y de chica mi papá nos traía casi nunca, de vez en cuando íbamos a la calle, casi nunca, pero estábamos igual, así como por ejemplo nos llevaban a trabajo. Siempre hemos sido comerciantes toda la vida.
Poetry is every day. Street.
Calle. Clay.
Open windows.
Rising huaraches.
Poetry is dancing.
Poesía es bailar.
Charcoal stained backyards.
Sunset porches.
Poetry is a bike.
Down the hill. Through the alley.
Wheels spinning past the cicadas. Poetry is where stories are birthed.
Celebrated.
Dissed. Recycled.
Compared to this, compared to that.
Where language is stretched and contorted and broken.
Poetry is old.
Poesía es una vieja.
As old as tongue-in-cheek and laughter.
Poetry is really the first language that all people on earth spoke. So before there was a written word, there was a spoken word, and the spoken word was poetry.
Who is poetry for? 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 Poetry is for the people. Or is it?
Because with the poetry, they not paying attention. They got you because you Mexican. They look at me because I'm black. But I got a lot to offer. You have a lot to offer. You know what I'm saying? Why put us down? Fuck the white people. They've been fucking over us forever. We discovered a lot of things that the white folks took advantage of. We've been through a lot, and they be like, fuck us too. Yes. Fuck them. We smarter than they ass. But they want to take the credit for everything. And that's freaking bogus. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a black African American woman, and I'm gonna keep fighting, striving for you guys and for us too.
Poetry is my mother.
Mi amante.
Poetry is Gwendolyn Brooks.
Jose Olivares.
Jamila Woods.
Erica Sanchez.
And Nate Marshall.
Poetry belongs to Denise Smith.
And Natalie Diaz.
And specifically, poetry is Eve Ewing.
Poetry is alive and well.
Singing out your radio.
Walking down the street.
Resting on your little cousin's eyelashes.
Being adored by the sun.
Staring back at you in the mirror and demanding that you write.
I think like in our culture, in our community, we do get that, but it's also like as a woman, like we have to play that role. Like for me, for instance, like I had to almost like serve my brother, you know?
Like you say, it's a culture, and I don't want to pass that thing because I don't see it in my family, but I see in other families that I know that the women's are in, like even in parties. You go to a party sometimes and people from village from Mexico, they keep the women in the kitchen.
We try not to be so hard on them, because I mean, me growing up, like my mom was always so strict on me. Like I wasn't allowed to do like A, B, C. I wasn't able to do this and this and that. I wasn't never allowed to like sleep over at my friend's house, and I let them sleep over at a friend's house like every once in a while. I wasn't ever allowed to like sleep over at my cousin's house, even at that, and that's family members. So I let them go and spend the night at my brother's kid's house and stuff like that. So I try to give them a little bit more freedom than I had as a little child. I think if I would have had girls instead of boys, I think I would have been like extremely strict on the girls. Yeah. Because I see my mom, because I have a younger sister as well. So like my mom is most definitely like strict on them. And they would always be like, did mom always treat you like this? Like, yeah, mom never let me even put lip gloss on my lips. And I'm like, and you're not allowed either. And I'm like, so it's just like, her mindset to be like, no, you can't wear it until you're 13. You can't paint your nails until you're 13. He's a rule breaker, but I mean, every kid is a rule breaker growing up.
At school, when she started school, the teachers would tell me like, oh, she has issues with sharing and patience and taking turns. It became almost like a negative thing on her.
Right.
To teachers, like, oh, she doesn't nap and she's so like, you know, she wants to play.
It's a problem because the family showed them like, yeah, you have to be like that. Yeah, you have to listen to your boyfriend, husband. Not like that. You know, you see 2 kids right here, listen to us. Maybe they're gonna change later. Who knows? But you have to pass the word. El valiente vive hasta que el cobarde quiere, you know.
I don't expect her to do anything other than go to school and learn. That's all I want from her. That's all I expect from her. She doesn't have to get a job when she's older. She can go, that's her job, is to get her education. Because it's gonna be better. Like, I need her to know how to do math more than I need her to know how to sweep the floor. Because I want her to have a good job where she's not having to sweep the floor.
Yeah, he's very supportive of me, and
That's okay.
I'm not controlling that right now. It's
That's
just
okay.
going. But he's very like caring to me, and I love that, you know. And I'm very happy I have him in my life right now.
It means a lot to me. I was always trying to do my best, and she tried the best. I mean, she's a better version of me, and I'm trying to make sure that she can be even better than that. You know, it's not because I want to, it's because it's gonna be easier for her in the future of her life.
We raised her with the theory it takes a village.
I love her.
I love you and you're the best, and I would never trade you for the world.
Just come together as people. I mean, show them what's good about it and what's downfalls and how it want to affect the culture of people and like the way you think of it. People have different mindsets than me, so I mean, if it challenges them, I mean, and that's
inclusivo en el ser humano. Hay que trabajar duro porque la humanidad se ha ido disminuyendo un poco de las personas que son tolerantes. Y hay que tener paciencia y mucha tolerancia a las personas, porque hay personas que no les gusta ni que las vean, ni que las saluden, ni que las traten, ni que las miren, ni que nada, por el mal día que tienen, por las cosas que tienen en la cabeza, las preocupaciones. Y esas son cosas que uno tiene que entender y no todo tomarlos mal, para que le diga. ¿Por qué? Porque no son solo ellos, nada más todos. Porque usted un día está mal, ella un día está bien, ella un día está mal, usted un día está mal. Y no sabemos cuándo estamos bien, cuándo estamos mal. Paciencia con las personas, considerar, tenerle respeto, eso sí, respetarlos mutuamente. Y así te griten, traten fuerte como sea la persona, siempre de la mano de Dios, todo cambia.
Con una tabla de esas de...
That's my buzz. They know somebody?
Yeah, they found somebody there.
Wow, you know him?
Here under the bridge.
That's my fucking buzz. No way. Wait a sec. Wait. Wait.
And our schools, like they celebrate, so they come here and shop for that, and it's nice that we teach our children how our traditions go for many years. So we keep that tradition alive.
How many years have you been here?
I've been here for a while.
2,000 years.
Maybe like 8 years working here at the casino.
Mande más. Hey. Digo que no sabemos muy bien lo que está pasando sobre el disco. Y ahora, de los años que trabajamos aquí, pues yo empecé a trabajar aquí como en el 95, pero para entonces mi familia ya tenía una temporada aquí.
Aquí no. Yo que sepa de esto, no. Sí, una de mi hermana se fue, porque si decía, ya lo van a cerrar, no, le dije, espérate, ¿tú por qué te vas a ir antes? Hasta que te digan la última palabra. Hay que ser perseverantes y hay que ser optimistas. Siempre nos dicen que al túnel, al último, hay un rayito de luz, de esperanza.
Might as well just walk in on.
Don't do anything, man. Say no to drugs, never, no.
Yeah, I know.
¿Qué tal estuvo, no?
Okay.
¿No?
Yeah, I was reading.
¿Quieren llevar unos hot dogs?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah, porque después no saben igual.
Yo empecé a trabajar aquí como en el...
Our children how al último hay un rayito de luz, de esperanza.
When my father came to the United States for the first time, he brought with him a leather jacket for the winters and his culture. The former wasn't very effective, but the latter, which has been around since my ancestors, has continued in my family. They are traditions. That's a heavy word. What is tradition?
Tradition is something that you can is a tie between generations, I think, in your family or culture of people that is tangible and you can hold on to.
Keeping it to the basis of what you're used to.
Something done yearly, I guess.
Those were some people I talked to, and their answers gave me insight. But sometimes I feel like tradition has been tainted. We use it as defense for abhorrent actions. Traditional gender roles were the proper way of society functioning, some say. Let's go back to that, they continue. Back in my day, we had respect for our elders. We listened to what they said. But we don't respect the new, those who come after us. I have my appreciation for traditions, things that have been before me and will continue long after I am gone. I've taken part in many myself and look back on them now with reverence. Tradition means more than what holidays we celebrate and customs we practice. It goes back to what we do as human beings.
Rammer is something we started here in Chicago. It goes way back. I think maybe 70s, 80s or whatever. It's like, kind of got popular in the 90s.
A rammer is a huge truck that has very big tires and is, for the most part, used for up to no good, as far as I know.
Rammer is like a car that mostly gangbangers use to ram their rivals or to do dumb stuff with them, and they cut the mufflers off. It's like a big loud car.
Well, to me, having a rammer means it's basically I own a piece of history here in the city that I grew up in. It means that the culture's still alive, but although there's a bad name to the culture, we're out here trying to make a name. We're out trying to bring the positive to these types of trucks, Hopefully, because Cali, they brought the lowriders into a positive light, right? We're trying to do the same thing for these types of trucks out here,
You look at something when you're young and you're out here in the streets, you want to identify yourself with something or with someone. Out here in the streets, the reality is we're buying junk cars, you know what I'm saying, to crash them. That's what it was.
I was rammed on Cicero Avenue back in, I want to say 96, before my child was born. But it was a Caprice Classic, a high jacked up high. That was back in 96. Just a bad rap, just because of the vehicles, like the Suburbans, the Tahoes, the K5s, all those. But yeah, I think they could change over. Change is always good.
I don't know why that was the car that, the people who were up to no good decided to use. But I feel like now it's kind of late to change the image for it, unfortunately.
We do a lot of community events, Christmas, toy drives, anything we could do, and what I'm saying, we do it to show that we're not the same people we were before, but we're trying to keep the culture alive. That's us, that's Chicago. I grew up with nothing, I grew up, I came from nothing, bro. We used to bounce from shelter to shelters, bro. Like, people see me and they judge me, bro. Even the police, they see me and they still judge me by the way I look, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, man, y'all could judge me. I'm not doing nothing dirty. I'm not getting my hands dirty with nothing. Everything I'm doing is positive, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to help out and get back to the community.
So if somebody sees you in there, they're gonna think you gangbang. Like, it's a nice car, it looks nice. It's like a lifted truck. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But sometimes it's just like dangerous.
In the future, we just want to be able to drive these trucks basically without having any gang members coming onto us, trying to ram us, because we're trying to preserve the culture, we're trying to preserve the trucks, we're trying to preserve history.
So they just want to cruise, drive around, and show off the rammer, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you got a bunch of young kids, they remember that culture, and they want to be Chicago, and they go buy a rammer, and they just want to cruise in peace. You know what I mean? It's not like back in the days, bro. It was hectic, bro. You see a rammer, and it was an arm, rammer right there. You know what I mean? Now, as you see a rammer, it's like, you got to watch out what neighborhoods you go to and stuff like that, but it's like they're popping up more rammers, and people got to realize we're here, we're not leaving, bro. You know what I'm saying? If other cities go be proud of their culture, we're going to be proud of our culture, you know what I'm saying?
Deserts that are in particular that's devastating to that community. Others like it, especially black and brown communities, because there's so many food deserts in the city that people don't get access to affordable, healthy food. And diet affects everything, you know what I mean? Who has the highest incidence of diabetes, obesity, heart disease, who gets strokes the most? It's black and brown people.
I mean, as far as food options too, having just other options besides meat and tortillas would be nice.
In their store, making it available and affordable.
It'd be nice if everything was well paved and walkable. I don't know if you're familiar with Harrison Park, but the sidewalk around it is not very well paved. Even if somebody was in a walker or was older, they might fall on that sidewalk or something, which might deter them from just going on a walk.
So it's not a matter of do I feel safe? It's do I feel scared? And it's no. Yeah. Just a designated walking path that has high visibility.
But you still gotta keep your head on a swivel.
Because one, the scenery is very nice. There are no vacant lots. There's no abandoned buildings. That's what makes me safe.
So as I'm getting older, I want to be around for my kids, my wife, hopefully my grandkids coming down the road.
poquitas ganas porque está bien duro.
Mis hijos, principalmente mis muchachos.
¿Se venden mucho o no?
No, muy poco, muy poco. Pues para poder tener para comer, para sacar para comer y para pagar renta.
El año que llegué aquí es el 1996. Tenía 20 años cuando llegué aquí. Según yo vine aquí para un mejor futuro y aparte porque aquí estaba mi familia. No me iba bien en México, entonces tomé la decisión de venir aquí a Estados Unidos. En lo que yo vine para acá, trabajé, dejé mis hijos en México, mis 2 hijas y mi hijo. Los dejé por un mes porque tenía que trabajar para poderlos traer aquí a Estados Unidos. Después mi hermano, pues, como él legal aquí, él me dijo que él podía traerme a mis hijos porque ellos se quedaron en México. Entonces, pues, me gustó la idea y aparte ya tenía el dinero porque trabajé mucho para poderlos traer aquí. Y uno se pierde de la familia cuando uno se viene para acá. No me iba bien en México, entonces tuvimos que venirnos para acá. Esa fue nuestra decisión. Pero gracias a esa decisión, pues, ya mis hijos están grandes, se valen por sí solos y solo estoy al pendiente de ellos en todo momento. Pero ahorita tengo 2 trabajos. En una paletería y por la noche son 4 días que trabajo en la noche, limpio restaurantes, hago limpieza. Sí, tengo ambición. Pero si Dios me da vida y salud, pues seguiré luchando hasta tener lo que yo quiero. Mientras Dios me ayude y mientras yo sepa que mis hijos están bien, voy a seguir adelante luchando.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott says undocumented students are costing the state too much money, and he wants them banned from public schools.
Trump's promise to deport illegal immigrants has heightened fears among foreign students.
They should allow more resources for the younger people, and so that they have the same opportunities to get access to education.
There should be access to financial aid for any student who's going through, regular school or for college, so that they can get different degrees and pursue their education. I think that would be most helpful to everybody.
I just remember when I was in college, a lot of undocumented students protesting and pushing for their right to remain here, finish their education, and not be deported.
The students that have that potential to do something with their lives, and they come here for a better opportunity, but there's just big walls.
There has to be a much more effective pathway to citizenship, so it's not limited by income or wealth or restricted to such a small amount as it is right now. And even if that doesn't happen, they should definitely be allowed to apply for financial aid. I mean, they contribute to the tax system that pays out financial aid anyway, so there's no reasons they should be denied that opportunity as well.
Stress. What's gonna happen to my future? Big walls. Mental health. Financial situation. Equal opportunities. Resources.
You should have known better.
Our friends, passing away. Victims of U.S. empire, colonialism, imperialism, so many things. I feel like I've lost a lot of friends.
But it was your fault.
Losing our homes, attachment issues, forced migration. It's such a great loss.
A lot of
trouble. It's hard, and you don't ever stop feeling that emptiness
It's
and
always
loss.
going to be that way.
Having self-compassion, not being for the way that I needed to growing
You
up.
just expect.
Attachment issues and codependency aspect of happiness.
We can't have
Yeah,
it
we
all.
just lost a lot of people. We lost 3 people this year.
I love
and
you,
it's
yeah.
so
Makes
cool, and
sense.
then being but also having your celebration is also really cool.
I love you, Gloria.
My community is always my
No one
power,
understands.
and having these people
I
around
love
me
you,
and
Gloria.
uplifting me, saying that my voice is important, what I'm doing,
love you,
it's so
Nine.
dope, and it's it's a rewarding feeling for sure.
Another good way to find healing through that is to kind of learn to just sit with it and be okay with
I love you, Joya.
meditate. You find a lot of peace in that.
I love you, Yoya. I love you, yeah.
I love you, Yoya. I love you, Yoya. Can't be in there too long, but when you surround yourself with, energy that is restorative for you, even in your own energy, if you stay creative or you just, keep your hands busy, your mind busy, your heart busy, and you do that with people you love and care about, and it's if you feel like you've lost something, then it'll feel tough for a little bit, but you'll realize later you never really lost it. It's just something you bring out of yourself even more. You transmute it, because the only infinite thing is change. And so I view loss, death, all of that, I view it as change and transmutation. So,
Metamorphosis.
yes.
I'm not interested in recreating a prostitute church. You remember where your wife was, where your sisters were? You remember where they were? And we made
it plain, because the witches and the witches.
Because if you loved me and you submitted to me, you'd know what my heart is and my message is.
You were trying
You would
to
go
run
about
away
establishing
from God,
your own
and I
people
wouldn't let
in
you
the
go.
video room. You've never seen the Most High judge you, but you see man judge you. If I say that I'm a Christian, then here's your box right there. But if I don't accept any of those things, you can't label me. All religions are man-made.
God is in us.
I think of creation when I think of the Most High, the creator of all things. Most High.
The source, the universe.
Or Allah.
I don't have a name for it.
So everything that we seek is.
I feel like
within
naming
us.
it would reduce it, and I don't see a need for that.
At the same time, there have been a lot of bad things.
And I truly didn't believe at first, you know.
And for me to separate that from the all would be separating the power.
But it's all about keeping the faith. You know, everything isn't going to be instant, and it's going to be
But
hard.
I don't think something needs to be a big, profound thing in order for it to be proof of a divine interaction. I think something is as simple as sitting and reading a book and, you know, and enjoying a breeze, and I think that's also just as divine as anything else.
Just for you to wake up and open your eyes.
We're breathing, we're walking, you know.
The ability for you to blink, and it's something that's uncontrollable. So anything should be attributed to and appreciated as if it's a gift.
The best things in life are free.